The Mystery of the Black Gorilla. Life in the Willow Creek forest had always followed a comforting rhythm. The chirping of crickets, the rustle of leaves, and the predictable chatter of the community. But recently, a chilling discord had crept in. A single vague rumor had metastasized into paralyzing fear. At the edge of the watering hole, the animal families gathered, their usual joviality replaced by anxious murmuring.
"Did you really see the black gorilla?" whispered Ms. Doe, her eyes wide. "I am certain," squawked Professor Owl, usually the voice of reason. "I saw the shadow, a monumental, grotesque shadow, by the silent cave, night after night." "Oh, that's truly terrifying," panicked Dennis the duck, paddling frantically in place. "The black gorilla is so colossal. He could crush our little floating homes and our nests easily." Penelope the hen, always prone to rashness, fluttered her wings nervously. "What in the world should we do? Should we flee the forest immediately?" Into the rising tide of hysteria stepped Silas the wolf, the trusted leader of the Forest Safety Patrol. Silas was known for his calm, methodical approach, his silver coat gleaming with responsibility. He addressed the crowd with a deep, calming voice. "My friends, you needn't be afraid. Panic only serves the unknown. I will conduct a thorough patrol of the silent cave tonight to confirm this sighting. Until then, let's maintain order and calm." As the last sliver of the amber sun dipped below the pines, plunging the forest into a deep, starless inkiness, Silas prepared. He meticulously checked his equipment. A powerful, oil-fueled flashlight, a sturdy oak stick, and a thermos of hot chamomile tea. "I heard the shadow appears right where the craggy peak meets the mouth of the silent cave," Silas muttered, adjusting his strap. "This time I must shine a light on this scary secret and restore peace." He spoke loudly, perhaps hoping the sheer volume of his voice could mask the very real cold knot of dread tightening in his stomach. Silas reached a vantage point near the cave and settled down to wait. The silence was heavy, punctuated only by his own nervous breathing. An hour passed, then two. The moon remained hidden behind thick clouds. "Perhaps they simply overreacted," Silas mused, a weak smile of relief spreading across his face. "A joke, or maybe just a shadow from a passing bird." He packed up, feeling the strain ease from his shoulders, and started the trek back home. It was in that moment of lowered guard, as he turned the bend, that it happened.
A colossal, terrifying shape, towering perhaps 50 feet high, with massive curved shoulders and an unmistakable simian profile, flashed across the rough, pale face of the mountain peak. It was undeniably the silhouette of a monstrous black gorilla. There's truly a black gorilla! Help me!" Silas shrieked, dropping his stick and flashlight. His legs gave out beneath him, and his entire body shook uncontrollably. Even after the shadow vanished as quickly as it had appeared, Silas remained on the forest floor, hyperventilating. The terrifying image burned behind his eyelids. After what felt like an eternity, Silas managed to regain control. His patrol oath echoed in his mind. Safety for the entire forest. He retrieved his scattered gear, his body still trembling, and forced himself forward, following the faint tracks toward the cave mouth. "But, Black Gorilla, I am doing everything for the safety of our home. Please do not scare me." As he took a heavy, determined step into the cave's narrow entrance, a sudden warm beam of light hit him directly.
"Oh, Uncle Silas, what are you doing out here so late? You found my secret writing nook." A young, skinny monkey named Kiko emerged, holding a brass oil lantern. He was perched beside a flat stone desk, covered in stacks of paper, a quill pen resting on an open manuscript. "Kiko, why are you still here writing? Where is the black gorilla? We have to leave this dangerous place immediately." Silas grabbed the monkey's arm, ready to pull him out into the safer, open forest. "There isn't any black gorilla, Uncle Wolf," Kiko insisted, pulling free gently. "Then what was that towering shadow on the mountainside that I saw just moments ago?" Silas pointed a shaky paw toward the cave wall where the monstrous gorilla had stood. Kiko chuckled, a soft, dry sound. He hoisted the lantern higher, bringing it close to the rough stone wall. "That, Uncle Silas, was my shadow, and this one, right next to it, is yours."
To prove his point, Kiko dramatically waved his hands. A massive, wavering silhouette of a gorilla on the mountain wall outside mimicked the movement. Silas stared, utterly dumbfounded. The low, warm light of the oil lantern, positioned just right within the cave's mouth, had cast Kiko's small, thin shape into a terrifying, enormous figure on the distant rock face. I was scared by a shadow," Silas breathed, forcing a sheepish, strained smile. "I never realized my slender outline could be mistaken for a monster." Kiko poured a steaming cup of coffee for the patrol leader. At that moment, the true lesson of the night dawned on them both. The greatest fear is often the one we create ourselves, projected onto the darkness. They forgot the danger, the fear, and the mystery. Instead, they decided to have some fun with the simple, spectacular trick of light and perspective. They spent the next hour making elaborate hand shadows on the wall, the flying eagle, the stalking bear, and the wiggling worm. "Haha, my majestic butterfly is easily bigger than your puny bursts of joy," along with the intermittent flashes of the giant, waving shadows on the mountain pigeon. The cave echoed with their pure, unrestrained laughter. They didn't know that their sudden, strange, echoing laughter were carrying through the still forest air, confirming every fearful suspicion and scaring the rest of the sleeping animals even more. This simple incident holds deep, universal truths applicable to our lives and communities. What we perceive as a terrifying threat is often a matter of how we choose to position the light. The gorilla was not a monster, but a small monkey, and the light source was the critical difference. In life, changing your perspective can turn a huge problem into a small, manageable detail. The entire community was paralyzed by a rumor based on a misidentified shadow. Fear thrives in the darkness of the unknown. The only way to defeat it is by shining the light of investigation, like Silas the wolf eventually did, to confront the facts. Silas did not dismiss the fear, but he also didn't panic. He promised a solution and executed a plan. True leaders don't eliminate fear. They model the courage required to face the facts, no matter how scary the facts seem. The story ends on an ironic note. The source of the fear became the source of joy. However, that joy was misinterpreted by the frightened, distant community. Our relief and happiness, especially after overcoming a challenge, may look very strange or even scary to those who are still caught in the darkness of the initial fear.